All right, it's a calm spring morning here in the marshes of South Louisiana. That means the gnats are biting. Let's hope the fish are too. All right, I'm probably gonna throw an assortment of baits today, but I'm gonna start with this green hornet matrix shad. Been super hot this year. Give this a whirl for a little bit. They don't bite this, we'll switch to something else. Now I mentioned those gnats, and obviously, if you're a regular viewer, you know gnats are no longer a concern for me because I use Marsh Romance. Just absolutely the best gnat repellent ever created. They could charge $100 a bottle for that stuff and I'd happily pay it. I feel like I got a great deal. So this little marsh area I'm in has some dirty water, but man, dirty water has been the theme the past couple of months at least. This is about the cleanest around, but believe me, it's far from clean. See if we can luck into a few fish despite the clarity of this water. Good thing is it's falling, not hard, not a big tide range today at all. Full moon last night, but the full moon in March is associated with a weak tide almost every year. Why that is, I don't know. Don't understand it, but it's just the way it is. I don't know if you can tell, there's tons of loose grass in here. Not really sure why. This is normally the time of year the grass is real stable. In the fall, you typically get a lot of loose grass, but I'm gonna make a switch to a Texas rig bait. This is the Zimmer Swimmer. Probably saw me use that in my last video. Really, really great bait. I absolutely love this bait. You can feel it vibrating when you're working it. Really fantastic feel. And this is the California 420 color, which is good for this clarity of water. I'd say my visibility is about 8 inches. Not great, but could be worse. It should improve as this tide continues to fall. Man, something's busting bait up ahead. It's good to see. Oh goodness, look at that. There's all kind of bait busting up here, so I'm gonna switch back to this green hornet matrix shad. The bait looks like glass minnows, and this bait definitely looks like a glass minnow. I got that rigged on a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head. By far my favorite jig heads. Only jig head I would ever use. Death grips are a little bit more expensive than some jig heads, but man, they'll save you a fortune in soft plastics. Also, they've got super, super sharp hooks, so they improve your hookup ratio dramatically. You know, glass minnows are such a staple for speckled trout this time of year in the early spring before the brown shrimp are really big enough for the trout to eat. Got a few leftover white shrimp in the marsh. Other than that, bait stocks are pretty lean. Obviously they eat finger mullet, but really glass minnows are what they key on this time of year. And right there you can see a school of glass minnows moving through. Mostly unmolested, but once a trout gets an eye on them, they're gonna get busted. Look how beautiful this marsh is. What an absolutely spectacular day. There's a fish. What are you? Oh, nice trout. Nice trout. All right. Man, look how spotted this fish is. Beautiful, beautiful trout. About a 14-incher or so. Hooked well, perfect size to take home and fillet. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, you know what that is? That's an eater. He hit funny, and it's a freshwater cat. Nice one. Nice one. I think that's a channel. I don't really know my freshwater cats. Maybe somebody could correct me if it's not, but I think it's a channel cat. Whatever you call him, he will be dinner. Yeah, it was really a weird hit. He was just there. Unusual catch. I did catch one a couple weeks ago, much bigger than that one, but I do like catching them. Not a great fighting fish, but really good eating. Make a cast or two against the current with this matrix shad. I don't know if I can fish it effectively with all this floating grass, but we'll see. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, goodness. Looks like little trout. Saw something swipe at my bait. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like just little trout hitting those glass minnows. Obviously, there's some decent trout around here. The ones that are jumping out the water don't look too big. Oh, there's a fish. He smoked it. It's feeling like a trout. Yep, it's a trout. All right, another nice fish. About a 15-incher or so. Let's see. Yeah, he's 15 inches. I'm gonna let him go. All right, dude, see you. I'm still seeing bait bust right over here. Catching a fish here and a fish there, but I'm gonna give this Versamax knocker a try. Super loud cork. Obviously, it's got the adjustable hook right here that allows you to quickly change your leader length. Right now, my leader's probably about 3 feet, and below it, I got a natural color power prawn on a 1/16 ounce death grip jig head. Love fishing that 1/16 ounce death grip beneath the cork. It just makes that bait fall much more like a real shrimp. And even though there's not a ton of shrimp in the marsh right now, speckled trout just love them. And if they see something that looks like a shrimp, they're gonna eat it. Oh, I did want to mention this knocker now comes 3 different ways, with a titanium wire, a stainless steel wire, and also fluorocarbon. I think 150-pound fluorocarbon. Each one kind of has its own unique sound. This is the titanium. Oh, there's a fish. That's a speckled trout. Oh my goodness, look at this trout. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. All right, dude, hold on. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get this out of your mouth and send you on your way. Man, that's a beautiful trout. That is a beautiful trout. Catching the marsh in the springtime, and he will be swimming again. Ooh, oh, there's a fish. Bass. Going for the variety pack today. All right. It's not a bad marsh bass. On the Zimmer Swimmer. Maybe pushing a pound. Oh, crabs like the Zimmer Swimmer too. It's all right, we got plenty. This is a packaging this thing comes in, made by Z's Tackle. It's a Louisiana company. 2 things I really like about this bait: all this ribbing here moves just a ton of water. When you're working this bait, you can feel it vibrating. Also, this tail, the way it's curled back on itself, you can actually run this thing across the top of the water, almost like a ribbit. That's how much water it moves. Really, really like this thing. Ooh, oh my goodness gracious. That was the hardest hit I've ever gotten in my life. I don't know what the heck happened. He just wasn't there when I set the hook. Not sure how that's even possible. As hard as that fish hit, my goodness. Don't know what he was. Actually felt like a flounder. I mean, he just tattooed it. Ooh, there he is. Let's see what that one is. Speckled trout. All right, speckled trout on the Zimmer Swimmer. That fish tagged it as well. All right, let's see if this dude's 12 inches. I'm not sure he is. Too close to keep. Let me let him go. I'm just sitting here on spot lock. I've gotten a few bites right in this one little stretch. Bass, speckled trout, and UFOs. Ooh, there's a fish. Oh, another bass. That was a good hit. Because it's a pretty good bass. All right, yeah, real good bass. Real good bass. Oh, so good to see. So good to see. It's a long, skinny bass for a marsh bass. Dude, you were hooked really well. No chance, no chance. Ooh, There's a fish. Another speckled trout. That's a better one. That was a good hit. All right, there we go. Grunting male. It's a keeper trout on the Zimmer Swimmer. He hit that bait really, really hard. Really hard hit. Dropped my rod. Glad it didn't go overboard. I think all the bites I've gotten in this little stretch have been pulling the bait against the current. When I pull it with the current, I only get a bite. Probably because that tail's constantly flapping against that current, even when I'm not moving the bait. And most of the bites, without question, are when that bait's just sitting still on the bottom after a hop. Ooh, gosh dang it. Well, that Zimmer Swimmer's gone. Super hard hit. Missed him. He got it all. Almost sure it was a trout. That's kind of how they've been hitting today. Just clobbering the bait. Hitting angry. Ooh. Oh, terrible hook set. Good Lord. Terrible, terrible, terrible hook set. My rod slipped. Ooh. God. Oh, there he is. He came back. That's a trout, I bet. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Speckled trout. Pretty trout. Really nice fish. About a 14-incher. Grunting male. Good marsh fish. I kept a few fish. I got enough. I'm going to let this guy go. All right, take off. There you go. Get out there and spawn this summer. We need more of you in the marsh. It's another trout on the Zimmer Swimmer. Definitely proving to be the bait of the day. You know, you think it's a bass bait, but speckled trout love this thing. And you can understand why. Just because this tail moves so well in the water. Definitely gets their attention, even in this kind of stained water. This worm has endured a few fish. Hopefully we can get another fish out of it. That fish hit me, missed it, and then hit after the hook set. I was kind of retrieving the bait. All right, first off, how do you like my new hat? Got this from Speckled Truth. That's the organization run by Chris Bush. If you don't follow Chris on social media, you really need to. He posts tons of pictures of mammoth speckled trout. I'm talking like 30-inch trout plus, bigger than that even, from all over the country. So really, really great follow. Check it out if you haven't yet. Great morning here in the marsh. Obviously slick, calm. Can't ask for better conditions than today. I mean, I guess, yeah, I'd want the water to be cleaner. That would be something I'd ask for if I got my wish list. But other than that, a really, really nice day, and the fish bit well. Caught them a variety of ways, but I'd say the hot bait is this Zimmer Swimmer. You'll be seeing me fish a lot more of this. Just discovered this bait a couple of trips ago, and it is just fantastic. Really, really phenomenal bait. Fish it and you'll understand. You'll be able to feel the vibration of the bait as you're working it. Really amazing. And the good thing with the bait is that everything eats it. Everything that swims in this marsh eats this bait. So check them out if you haven't yet. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. If you wouldn't mind, share the video with somebody you think would also enjoy it. That would definitely be helpful. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson. Hopefully on that day, it's as slick calm as it is today.